Sir. Mr. Chair, there's 3 items that came out of the Traffic Control Committee. First one on your list is to prohibit parking on the north side of School Avenue between Newberry Street and Germain Street. The second one is to increase the length of the parking prohibition on the east side of Germain Street to 200 feet south of Portage Trail. And the third would be to prohibit parking in the cul-de-sac on Ruth Avenue. These were all approved by the Traffic Control Committee at our last meeting.
Yes. There's already no parking on the south side of School Avenue. That street's real narrow and it's got the deep ditches on the sides.
Correct. Most of that street is no parking on either side.
Yeah.
And this kind of brings it in line with the rest of it.
And that Ruth Avenue, that cul-de-sac is pretty much just a dead end, and there's not much room to turn in there anyway. So
It's not much of a cul-de-sac.
that's
You're right. It's just the road ends there.
It's a dead end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other was to allow more accessibility for trucks, turn into cities, sanitation trucks, plow trucks,
Right.
fire trucks, etc., by pushing it back a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. Do I have any questions or comments from committee? Could I ask Mr. James a question?
Yes, sir. I lived on Ruth Avenue, about 4 houses from the cul-de-sac. And it's narrow.
I was just wondering, do you think anybody on that street would mind if
No.
you start putting up no parking signs?
I really don't think so.
Okay.
If they do, I'll let you know.
I was just wondering about that. I have this thing about, you just go ahead and do something, what kind of response you can get from the neighbors.
No, I appreciate it. There's never been any complaints from that end other than barking dogs and kids coming up and down the Park Hill.
Yeah.
And just from seeing, if anybody has seen that cul-de-sac, it's extremely narrow. And there's hardly any room. You know what? I was there in the 60s, with the boats, the big cars that were boats. And I'm telling you right now, it was a blast watching these people trying to maneuver those cars through that cul-de-sac.
With it pulling a trailer?
No.
I just wonder how they did that.
Yeah, well, I don't know either, but it's narrow.
Any other questions from council to my right? Yes.
Who made the request for 1 and 2?
They all came from Chuck Novak, District Commissioner.
Okay, and I guess the same question that Mr. Plata has, are there residents notified on these 2 streets?
We send out the committee's agenda to all the council members, but no, we don't contact individuals.